Wants to go up top on first down. With the catch, it's Baker. On the move at the 30. It's a seam wide open. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Snap in the shotgun. Pressure coming, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. And the Bearcats come to the line in the hurry-up.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You've got to catch that and make that a pick.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. And if that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. It's complete. And tight coverage right there, but he makes the grab, and they've got it on the 11 and a red zone chance. The Gamecocks have moved it inside the 20. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Motion from the wideout. Touch pass on the run. Touchdown, Gamecocks! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. They'll run it from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback on the keeper. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Intercepted to stop the threat. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. Let's see what this offense has dialed up this time. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Offense scoops it up and still going.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Rushes on him.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
He'll need some juice in that arm on 3rd and long. Fires to the big fella. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. And the Bearcats will call on their punt team. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They'll start this drive going to the air. He's got the tight end. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the 1st down. Offense in a bunch formation. Looking to throw on 1st down. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. Touchdown, South Carolina! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, what a picture-perfect start to this football game. Like, offense doing their job, defense getting the ball back. In this offense, I tell you what, it is an impressive unit to watch. They were good on tape all week studying them. They're better in person, and they are out the gate strong in this 1st quarter.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Maybe they learned something from their opening script of plays, David, but other than that, this has been an abject disaster.
And I think they learned what not to do. I mean, this has been an abject disaster. They haven't done anything right. Offense, defense. Palmer, this one's ugly, and it's still early.
Yeah, I'd normally say, well, it's 1st quarter, just don't worry about it, there's time, but
worry.
This is the worst start you possibly could have had. So they need to...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Finds space on the right. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the 2nd quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger because it's obvious.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him, and sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the ball's loose in the backfield. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. Great place to start for this offense. Give to the running back. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff to the single back. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. And the Gamecocks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the credit of them so bad, you start to put the backups in, and all them get to get juice and get to get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going here.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense...
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Whitehead.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Now the play fake. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
Those are hard for offensive linemen when they get beat, and you're going, no, look out for your blind side, watch out. But great job rushing the quarterback, getting him on the ground, and getting the football out. A little extra bonus. Nice job.
There he goes. At the 30. He's at the touchdown, Gamecocks. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
From the gun, the running back has it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Bearcats will punt this one away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He'll return it from the 50. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. They're going to ride this running back. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Gamecocks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Beck's going for the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. Seems as if he has reservations for 6 every time he touches the ball.
What is that, Reese? That's 3 already, I think, for him in the first half. So great start. I'd keep feeding him, I think. He's doing okay.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And he tried to put the touch on it, but it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Yeah, and you can tell he was trying to run with that football before he caught it. That slant route, you stick your foot in the ground, cut towards the QB. Those are one of those plays where he puts it on the money and you just try to make yards after the catch, but keyword being after the catch.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Bearcats line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got the 1st down and more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Gamecocks want to crank the tempo. Give to the back. Breaks into the open. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running. and do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He'll keep it himself. Fighting off the defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bearcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he drops to throw. Complete to the right. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. Plucks it out of the air. And he's down after the short completion. He did not make it to the first down marker. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Throwing right. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Bearcats will send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. They'll test the right side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Power football with the run. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo. Rides the back and leaves it. Still on his feet at the 45. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
Well, I think the ball just got on the receiver so quickly. He took his time working his route, and by the time he got his head around, the ball was already there, and he just wasn't able to stab it.
Down to the 32 and out of bounds right there.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
They'll try to drive ahead on 30 short. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. That is no good. Because no game is perfect, something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Gamecocks will line up to kick off and start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Nothing went right in that first half, and the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive of the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And the Bearcats will punt it away on 4th down. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He'll field it close to the 50. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Leaves it with the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from this offense. Look, last week you found a way to win a close game. That's what you're supposed to do. But this offense looks like they're taking it to the next level, hitting their stride a little bit, finding out who they're going to be, and they've looked explosive today.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Bunch formation for these receivers. From the gun, running back gets to give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just...
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
It's always so hard for offensive coordinators to adjust their game plan. When you lose your starting quarterback, now you got your backup, and a lot of times there's so much cautiousness, and you just don't want to run them that much, or you don't feel comfortable with the whole playbook, and you can see it there, and you can see the cautiousness, the hesitation led to a sack.
He stopped short, and it's 4th down. And the Bearcats decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes the catch at the 35. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give on the inside. Tackled at the 45 after the 5-yard play. It's enough for the 1st down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They want to run it left here. Hard running there. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. The Gamecocks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The give out of the gun. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, South Carolina. And they take it in for 6 more points. If these guys wanted to make a statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop them. No, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this...
And the ball's out, and they're after it. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the first down marker. The Bearcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Trying to pick up a first down. From the gun on third down. And the rush will get to him at the 25. And the Bearcats will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. The give to the back. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. And the Gamecocks in a good spot here with second and short. Leaves it with the back. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the third quarter. We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. They'll run it. Running into the open space. Turning it on. Touchdown, Gamecocks. He found some open space and turned on the Jets. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Looking for room. It's Woodside. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back in motion. Try to clear the picture. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Under fire. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there. The Bearcats will line up to punt it away. And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The Gamecocks can really attack on this 2nd and short. The give to the tailback. Oh, he's got some space. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Tight end now in motion. Quick handoff. Snuffed out behind the line of scrimmage, and we have not seen much of that. What a day he's had so far. Now facing a 3rd and long. They go to the ground. Smashes through the tackle. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Gamecocks are marching down the field. Leaves it with the running back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go to the ground. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The Gamecocks come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They're looking for an advantage to the right. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. And the Gamecocks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Here's the handoff. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
And they decide to trot out the kicker. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
The give on the option. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. The Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Here comes the heat. Makes the catch. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48. The Bearcats will bring the punt team onto the field. Oh my, he just shanked that one. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. And after this play, the cake will be baked. The give. And he'll be tackled, and that'll bring us to the end of the game. This is what an elite